Happy International Women's Day once again to all women all over the world. And today we have decided to celebrate women's achievements, their feats, their struggles, their challenges, from our grandmothers, great-grandmothers, to our mothers, to ourselves, from the independent women, the feminists, those that want to be taken care of, like Mariah and Nima. You know, we just want to celebrate women and everything that we have achieved. You know, as women, just being a woman is a lot. Just being a woman is something I consider glorious. There was a time I was having a conversation with a friend, and she was asking me, if you have to choose your sex or your gender again, would you want to be a woman? And I said, yes. And she was like, for real? That she was thinking I would have preferred to be a man. I said, why do I want to be a man? I enjoy the perks of being a woman. I enjoy the fact that I can birth. I can create, I can nurture. It's something that it's something that was given to me, you know. It's a gift that I really enjoy when I'm in that space, when I'm in my feminine space, when I'm taking over as, you know, the matriarch, the woman, you know. There's so much. And the fact that when I give birth to my kids, I'm the first point of education that they ever get to see. There's a lot of work in my hands, and, you know, we really do not celebrate women enough because of the different caps that they wear at different times. And the ability to manage everything together seamlessly is something we must not overlook. So, in celebrating women, let me start with Miriam. If you have to come back again, what's gender would you like to be?
Well, definitely a woman.
A woman.
I think I'm a woman's woman. I'm a girl's girl. So, yes. And it's not only for, you know, like maybe the perks. You know, it's just also that a woman, we are here today because many women have made sacrifices for us. Yeah. I mean, in times where there were no role models for anything else, some women took the initiative, or they fought the fight, you know, for us to have a better way of living, for the way that we are being appreciated, respected, the things that we're allowed to do. You know, so a woman is constantly progressing, constantly developing herself. And as you say, I am here, for me directly. Who I am today is because another woman, the woman who birthed me, made a lot of sacrifices. She saw a different future for her generation. And because of that, I have, you know, so I've been equipped with resources and skills to birth the next generation of people who will be much better than I am and as she was. So a woman is always doing better generation to the next generation. So I'm just grateful to be a woman. And for me, for this season, what I specifically did this year, I did a video, which I'll be posting on my social media, of women who are doing different things in the environmental climate space here in Nigeria, journalists, those who in the waste management space, recycling space. You know, I got a group of women, we did a video to say, you know, I'm an environmentalist and this is what I do. I'm so proud of women. You know, every time there's like a new frontier, a new industry, a new innovation, you find women there. Women just bring the extra kick, you know, they push it. They're always trying to do better, and I'm just so proud to be a woman. And every time, you know, that's for just everyday woman. And then we have the superpowers, as I like to call them, who, you know, they're in positions of authority globally. They're constantly being an inspiration to all of us, that if they can get there, we can all get there. You know, women are tenacious, women are hardworking, women persevere, you know, they persevere. And so if they can get to that pinnacle, there's nothing else, you know, left for us but to do the same, or if that's what we want.
Amazing. Nima, you're glad to be a woman.
So, yeah, I come from a family of women with my all 4 girls and setup and all of that. But, you know, that's where I want to come from. I see a lot of what you call everyday woman. My mom, amazingly, I thought of her last 2 weeks and I was just crying in my office. I sat in my office till my colleague came, another woman, and gave me a shoulder to lean on, to cry on. I remembered my mom in her strength. She's now in a place of weakness. So growing up, my mom was a distributor for one of these fizzy drinks, and we had a big depot in Ojolegba then, and they would offload till night. She's taking orders and all of that. And then she gave it all up because her girls were growing up, and my dad had to move to Eket to work with a multinational. And she gave it up like that. She didn't even think twice about it, and went from that to grinding pepper. It didn't even faze her. And in between that, she would give it all. She gave everything to everybody around her, from her kids' friends, her neighbors. And I thought, seeing her in old age, in weakness, I couldn't reconcile. I just couldn't, because I just used to look up to, she had this style, princess and all of that. And she would make her hair, she'd look good growing up. She'd show up at my school every single time. And she'd do that, do her business, go outside the country to the West African countries where she'd buy goods, come back and manage her home, and we all turned out well, And I know, yes, I am a daddy's girl, but I cannot underestimate her role at all.
Your mother.
I can't even sit down and talk about it. So just thinking about how all of that, and how, she's now in old age, and I couldn't just help but be grateful to her for, the role she played. She would say, I didn't go to school, so all of you must go to school. And at my law school called Suba, the most excited human being was my mom. Wow. She didn't get a pass because I had just one invitation from my dad. But I found my mom in the office. I know go away. Get on point, everything on point. She was so proud of me. She had made sure all our girls did not turn out the way we were rumored to predicted to turn out. So at my birth, there were so many stories of too many girls. Another third girl. Now, why for you? They try you, and all of those talk. And she was like, it's not my girls you're talking about. So she put that effort in and made sure that each and every one of her girls was an inspiration to the people who spoke bad about or predicted bad, and they would want their children to want to be like that. This person put in all the work. And so for me, this month and this year's International Women's Day goes to my mother. Happy International Women's Day to you. I am inspired by you. I love you 101%. Aww. And to all of my aunties, women touching my life, and my support system, women again. Thank you, everyone, to the ladies of your view as well.
Do you want to be a woman again? The next life. I'm talking about the next life now.
Next life. Okay. Honestly, I think in recent times, I have seen the strength of a woman. But I would say that for most part of my life, I always wanted to be a man. Every time. If you had asked me this 10 years ago, I would have said, nope, I want to come as a man. It's a man's world. I want to be in charge. I want to rule. I want to dominate. I actually really wanted to be a man. Like, I used to pray that, why did God make me a woman? Because I'm an only child. And it was very obvious that there was nobody that would carry my father's name. I'm going to be... So it was... I always felt like maybe if I was a man, maybe if I was a boy child, the world would be different. But I'm grateful for all the women that fought for being a woman to be something that we're grateful for now, because the narrative is changing. It's taken hundreds of years of women speaking up.
To get here.
Yes, to get here. But I am happy to say that I am sure that even if you have an only child that is a woman now, the conversation isn't going to be the same like, oh, you have only just one child and is a woman anymore. Because some women, many women have fought the narrative, they've stood out, they've spoken, they've built a good name that brings reference and respect to their fathers, regardless of the fact that they were seen as you are a woman. So in celebrating women, I'm saying a woman is enough, a girl child is enough. I didn't need to be a man to be relevant. I didn't need to be a man to be important.
Ew.
And I'm happy that I have moved from that space where I was feeling like I should have been a man, I should have been a boy, because I felt that was the only way I could have impact in the world. So in celebrating women, I celebrate all the women who have fought for womanhood, who speak, who advocate. You know, some people are behind the scenes. Their entire life is to be advocating for women. They would go, they would carry their placards, they would organize.
Bless them.
And I've been wondering, like, there were other things they could have done with their life, you know, pursue money or something else. I would never forget Mrs. Bosse Rossi. She's still actively fighting and speaking for women till tomorrow. Like, that woman is super smart. She probably have made millions and billions of naira if she had deployed that brilliance and passion into. But she said, no, I will be fighting for women. So I am dedicating my International Women's Day celebration to every woman that is breaking the stereotype, especially those that choose to fight for women, who choose to carry the matter of women on their head. The Formula and some cuties that said, we will drive. The ones that say, we will vote. The ones that say, we must work in this office.
Yes.
The ones that led protests to make sure that women are getting what they should get in the society. Yes, I want to appreciate every one of those women. I also want to appreciate the new movement of sisterhood. There's a movement of sisterhood where a lot of you see women coming together and say, I'm supporting her, you're doing this one, let's come together, let's support ourselves. We are actively changing the narrative on a daily basis. I'm celebrating every activist out there, whether in environment, whether for women, whether on TV like we are doing, speaking truth to power. But if you're a woman and you're doing, even as families, women and mothers are activists in their household fighting. My son must not go to that school. My daughter must go to this school. My children must not eat that kind of food. My children, we have that.
Every day.
Yes, every day. And I feel so blessed to be able to say, I'm a woman. If I come back, I want to be a woman. It's a joyful thing to be able
Your
to say
story reminded me of my story growing up, because I was told that by the time I was, my mom gave birth to me in the hospital, my father came in to see the gender of the child. And when he saw that it was a girl, he hissed and walked away. He still tells the story today. He hissed and walked away because he was the only son to his mother, and he was thinking he would have, you know, a first son, children, boys most especially, to just help him and so that he's no longer alone. And then for the longest time growing up, I used to feel like I should have been a boy, because I was made to look like a boy, dress like a boy. And, you know, the expectation is that girls don't do well. Girls, at the end of the day, somebody come and marry you. I heard that a lot growing up. Why do I want to waste so much money taking care of you and training you in the university? Go to College of Education, go to Polytechnic. I heard all of that, you know, growing up. But there was a time, I remember when I came home, then I just won a beauty pageant, and I won a car, my first car. And I came home and something happened to one of my brothers, and my father was really sad. And I overheard him say, even the girl did not disappoint me. Even the girl did not disappoint me. At that point, I was like, oh, okay, so they were expecting me to be like a disappointment because I was a woman, you know. And many girls went through this. You know, it's reducing right now because we're becoming more aware, but a lot of girl children, you know, came from homes where because they were girls, they didn't see much. They didn't see them become much. It wasn't something that people would put all of their resources. So I want to really especially thank the people, like she said, who have held on to say women have rights. Women are good. Women are human beings. Women should be given every opportunity because they thrive. And we're taught that, you know, when a woman educates, when a woman is born, one woman can educate the entire community because we have...
Give that statement to the owner. Yeah. Professor Salaf said that you educate a woman,
we have a call.
Educate a nation.
Let's take this call. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. I'm Mrs. Bolari. We are calling from Texas.
You're welcome, ma'am. You're live.
Oh, I'm a new caller.
First time caller. Welcome to the show.
My mother had a set. We are 6 in number, and we are all dead. We are Muslims. I always appreciate my father for not having a second wife.
Wow.
Despite all the pressures from family that my father should take another wife because my mother was having baby girl. But I'm so happy today, even though it's late, I'm celebrating my father.
Imagine, that's fantastic.
His father is a million. I love him so much. And
I think we lost that. But let's take a short break now. When we come back, we continue the celebration. Stay with us. Thanks for staying with us. So last year, the theme for International Women's Day was Embrace Equity, and this year, the UN designated the theme as Invest in Women, Accelerate Progress. And the focus is addressing economic disempowerment. The campaign for this year is also Inspire Inclusion. So let's talk a bit about investing in women. And we understand the economic challenges that we have facing everybody as we speak. And we're going to be exploring how we can help empower women more, how we can help invest in women more in a way that they are not reliant on, the things that happen around them to support them. They can, stand on their own 2 feet. And then when you're coming to a table of collaboration, you're coming with value, you're coming with something. And that's the only way that we can have collaborations that thrive, when it's not like a parasitic relationship. How do we make women, stronger financially, emotionally, physically, and otherwise?
I love talking about investments. And invest because you
Let
cannot...
me hold you. Let's take this call first. Okay, from Dubai. We have a caller from Dubai. Good morning.
In a while.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How are you?
We're amazing, sir.
Volume.
Yeah, I am the first time. I'm calling for the first time.
Welcome to the show.
Well, I want to say happy International Women's Day to every one of you.
Thank you.
Especially your view program at the TV. You people are amazing. You are doing a very nice job. In fact, I'm clap for you. I know the program very well. And as well, the kind of person that I normally say, my mom is that to it. But I want to thank God for her. She still alive, very good. But the role she play in my business, especially my life, I happen to be second to the last born. But very more to that. What I want to say, I don't want to look at that the advantage because that I'm also annoyed. But later I realized that my need to
the audio isn't clear. We can't hear you well.
It's breaking. We're not able to hear. Maybe people at home would hear. You were saying something.
Yes. So I like talking about investment because you can't have, we talk about, people want result. We want the harvest, but we don't understand the process of planting the seed. And planting the seed is investing. When you want a better society, you plant the right seed. So investing in women, there's no better time to talk about it than now, because the statistics against women is terrible. Globally, 1 in 10 women is living in abject poverty, extreme poverty in the world. Now, knowing how fully well an investment into a woman pays off, because investment into a woman is not into one person. When you invest into a woman, you are investing into the family, the children, the neighbors, everybody gets to, the community feels the impact of that investment in a woman. So when we say invest in a woman, we're talking about investing in the world, and the best way to invest in the world is to empower the woman. And the investment takes different form. I always say when it comes to investment that the first investment you should do is invest in yourself. Invest in capacity building. Women are put under a lot of pressure nowadays. The woman is trying to be an amazing wife, an amazing mother, an amazing woman, a career person, a philanthropist, an environmentalist. You're trying to do everything at the same time. Without the right investment, it would seem like everything is crumbling on you, or you are unable to do everything as best as possible. Investments can be, TVC has done a lot of investment into the women. Offices putting in a crèche within the office is an investment. Creating, letting there be a platform for a women network within the organization is an investment. That's how you invest in women. Allow women to be able to say, I'm taking maternity leave, and you don't lose promotion because you're taking maternity leave. You can still... Investing in women is creating that enabling environment for a woman to become all that she wants to be. Because if you don't let her become all that you want to be, your society will suffer for it. So I'm excited about the theme this year about investing in women. And I want to see how all the other ladies and every other person is going to interpret their own investment into
But let's
women.
take this call before I come to the other ladies. Farida from Ikotun. Good morning, Farida. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How are
Good morning. I'm doing amazing. And you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay.
Well, I don't have much to say. For being a woman past 25 years, it has been so amazing.
Oh, 25 years.
My mom spent so much. My mom spent so much for us to go to school. So it's been so sweet, it's been so amazing as a woman.
Her mom spent so much for them to go to school. Past 25 years of being a woman, so she's 25 years old, obviously.
She's glad to be a
she's
woman.
glad to be a woman.
I'm invested in her.
Yes.
Are you ready?
Okay. Yes, so investing in women for me is a cultural shift issue. Yes, so a lot of women have been made to see marriage as an empowerment plan. Girls that are raised. So I have been in mentorship business off record for a long time, and I've sat with a lot of girls that I've mentored, and I see that their mindset is cast in that goal plan of, once I get married, all my problems will fade off, and my family's problems will be taken care of, and then they go into the business of, he didn't leave money, he didn't do this, he didn't do that. As a Muslim woman, I understand how important it is to empower the girl child, and how Islam empowers the woman to the extent she's entitled to her pay, she's entitled to her investment, business is her business, and she's entitled to her own money. And it's an important Islamic value. But I don't see it even in the Muslims I mentor. So there's a cultural mindset thing that is already here, and it's difficult to change. So no matter what you try to invest in that girl child, she will just take it and remain in that space of I don't have to work. I don't have to do, and even if her circumstances does not encourage her sitting at home, she would rather sit there and see her kids suffer. So I don't think that just investing in this, some of them partly, I think 30% of them are educated, at least up to secondary school level, but the mindset is still an issue for me. So investing in women is the continuous portraying of strong, I don't want to use, not just employed, in the corporate world kind of thing, but an empowered woman. And I had too many, I just talked about my mom. I have Miriam's mom, Alaja, that, so I have empowered women doing great things that, I've made sure that kids do not have to turn out the way their circumstances are. They do the best within their means to give their kids the best. And, to have empowerment is to have an investment, to have something doing, And so for me, that is the goal this year, to continue to shift mindsets towards, empowerment for the young girl, not just marriage as a goal, not culture of waiting daddy gives me, my husband gives me, and you see your kids suffer. I had a young girl I was talking to once, and she went shopping in December because Christmas, she's Christian, Christmas was approaching, and she went shopping for her daughter, and then she came back without buying anything.
For herself?
For her child. Wow. So I was shocked. I was like, how do you go shopping and come back? Say, hey, he gave me only 10,000. When I got there, it was 15,000. I said, and you came back and you didn't buy it. Okay, you didn't look for any other thing. She said, things were just expensive. She came back. So this is someone in a relationship whose husband has met her halfway, more than halfway, say, if we share away. And she came back empty-handed. So when I kept talking to her, I saw that the mindset was in a particular place. And she's not from the north, like people would like to think. She's very well south.
Yeah, let's take this call. Mary from Jos.
Sorry, Mary.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So she's very well south. In the alternative, there's a south girl I was speaking to who would do everything for her child. She'd go out, she'd do it all. I'd be like, these two of you now, because we'll say it's a northern thing, but the two of you are from south. See the mindset of one, see the mindset of the other. So one is prevalent with her culture from her home, of a man must do it all. And one is like, as a woman, I'm a human being, I must, be empowered. So that mindset really needs to shift.
Miriam.
Okay, yes. So the way I see investment in women is that sometimes in talking about investment, we tend to look at the big things, the one that is employing you at work, the one that's bringing you money. but I see that women have been investing in each other for a long time. So what I would like to see going forward is how we can scale this investment up. And I think that is what this theme is about. Because investing in women is what we do. A woman, if you see a woman who has succeeded or who taking herself out of a particular situation, you know that she did it in spite of challenges, despite, the odds. So for me, I'm hoping that going forward, this message is not just for women to women, but the world in general, that it shouldn't be such a tough environment to thrive. The odds shouldn't always constantly be stacked against us. But see, when women invest in women, like my mom, if she tells you her story of how she got into nursing school and, everything, she'll give you a story of a woman that saw her and thought, did you get that form? That was an investment of information.
Yes.
And that information has changed the life of the person that has brought the person that is sitting here today. I'm looking at something, I'm doing something with my child. Someone says, oh, I like what you're doing with your daughter. You are investing confidence in her. By the time she's a certain age, she will be more... Do you understand? So I'm investing. That is what we do. But how can we make it bigger and better and have even bigger impact? And that's why I admire women like Tope, women like you, in different ways. You have taken your investment from just the small, subsistent community and you've taken it, you've made it bigger. But all investments are appreciated, all investments are important. So sometimes you find yourself surrounded by so many odds. In a community, you think you're not doing a lot, that you're encouraging that child. Because I see that you hear someone say, in my community, there isn't a school, but when I close from my school, that I go where I can, I come back, I put these children all around. You are investing. And so thank you is a big investment. Those children will go off and be something. And every time they tell their story, they will talk about that investment you thought was little. So sometimes let's not allow where we are, what the circumstances are, to stop us from doing anything at all. That you advise the young girl on how to clean herself up and take care of herself. You've invested confidence in her. She goes off to school, she's more confident, she's able to face her book because she's learned how to take care of herself. So in every way, we have always invested. Now my story is to the men, to the world. What are you doing in return to help us to do better and make it better? Because our women are already doing it.
Yeah. Amazing. I like that.
Amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, that also brings me to, when we talk about investment, the first thing I look at is the mindset. I speak to a lot of women, and sometimes the mindset is a defeated mindset, right? And I know that if we can fix some of these things at the level of the mindset, every woman has the capacity to pick herself up and be amazing and do amazing. And so, when I talk to the few people that are around me and the people who come into my classes, I keep re-emphasizing, you must change your mindset. To be able to change your personal reality, you must start from your thoughts. You must start from your mindset. You must start from your personality. You must clean up your character. Because if some of these things are sorted, it will not be difficult for you to look at what you want to do and go in with that heart of gratitude and get it. And once you have that mindset that whatever it is you want to do, you have the capacity to get it, you're grateful for it, you're grateful for the gifts, the natural gifts that you have, you see that doors will open to you, and people will begin to ask you, what can I do for you? How do I help you? Where do I come in? All of us here have benefited from one or two people asking us, holding our hands, I'll help you with this, I'll do this for you, I'll do that for you. It started with you first, your mindset. And so we must pay attention to how we help people around us to have that mindset that it's okay to be different. It's okay to want something different. It's okay to be you. It's okay to just be happy. We all don't have to be a Dangote to be successful. You're successful in your little corner. I tell people, even if that akara is akara that I am frying, I will make sure that I fry the best akara in that street. When you're passing, you want to eat BC's akara. That's success. And we must support one another in that.
Yeah,
but
okay, I was just going to say that narrative of women don't really support women.
Yes, quickly.
Okay, it was a conversation that even came up recently, very recently. And I heard a man say, no, I don't agree. It's just that people like to say stories of when it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Never says
news
lose. Women have always supported women, and I hope that at the end of this conversation, just go out knowing that women are more willing, really, to help you move out.
Shout out to Dr. Tosin Goji. As one woman.
All right, let's take a short break now, ladies. Let's take a short break now. When we come back, we introduce our guest to celebrate International Women's Day. Stay with us.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.